Starfield is one of the biggest new sci-fi RPGs, and Bethesda has given us an entire star system to explore, which leaves a template for creativity that is now being filled with new updates, but more importantly, by community-created mods, injecting much-needed personality and immersion. This is Colteastwood. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm here with my friend Red Wolf, and we're talking about Starfield mods.
That's right, the lore-friendly kind, the immersive kind, the survival kind, and the easy kind, the ones that you can install right to your Xbox console.
Yeah, if you end up enjoying this kind of content, let us know by liking and subscribing to our channels.
And hey, if you hate Starfield and you came here just to tell us how we should like what you don't, then please don't even bother commenting, because no one cares to hear your negativity. Thank you so much.
The first mod that I want to showcase is the Bounty Hunter outfit, curvy female shape, VBB 50%. This mod brings with it some incredible, cool, immersive, and lore-friendly outfits that are perfect for female characters. And this includes gun belts, ankle belts, holstering weapons on the side on the hip, and a very cool bounty hunter jacket that is much like the cyberpunk samurai jacket. This has a cool look, especially when walking around in Aquila, but this makes your bounty hunter fantasy look more realized and actually gives you the opportunity to equip your character with outfits on the top and bottom, as well as jackets, which gives you more flexibility, as the game usually only gives you one outfit that goes from head to toe. This will give you a much more customizable look and is fully grounded in the Starfield lore. This mod is so cool, and it's the EIT Clothier Plus. When you go into Atlantis, there is a clothing store that usually has about 10 clothing items or apparel that you can wear for your character. This one unlocks over 150 different outfits. It goes all the way down to the tiniest detail to different glasses, necklaces, chokers, wristbands, gloves, shirts, tops, jackets, pants. And if you have a female character or even a male character and you want to outfit them and customize your own character to look really cool as you go out into the Starfield, EIT Clothier Plus is such a great mod. And this super cyberpunk jacket with the green collar looks really cool on your character. Also gives you access to different leggings, and it gives you more form as you walk around in big settlements or across desolate planets. This really interjects a personality and a customizable setup for Starfield, which actually makes you feel more invested in your character. And this is a pretty cool mod that allows you to find those or buy those within the merchant shops.
So the first mod that I really wanted to showcase here is the Nomad Armor. One of the things that I've noticed about Starfield in all of my hours and hours of playing is that the majority of armors have one major issue: no finesse or sleek designs. Now, I know that Starfield is going for that NASA punk vibe. However, the majority of armors are very bulky, have lots of tubes coming out of them, massive backpacks on the player character, huge bulky helmets, etc. Now, I know that this isn't Mass Effect, but I feel like the game benefits from having the variety with a more sleek design like the Nomad Armor. The Nomad Armor comes with various designs to give you that feeling that you are upgrading and improving. It comes with a variety of helmets and combinations that you can put together to make it look however you want, with the options that are given, of course. And it really sets itself apart from everything else in the game aesthetically. You really feel like you are living the dream of being a feared entity in the universe. In the future, I would hope that Bethesda will give us more designs like the Starborn outfit and so on and so forth. This is a great step in the right direction, but it's not an official edition, it's a mod, and I love it!
But one of the other mods you're going to want to equip is the Strip Their Gear Shades Immersive Looting. This allows you to find fallen enemies and press Y on them, and it opens up the entire inventory, allowing you to take all of their apparel and their worn spacesuits, and you can use those to equip yourself and your companions. You can see any downed enemy and say, I want to take that gear, I want to wear that spacesuit, and it actually leaves the bodies in their underwear like we saw in Fallout and Skyrim. And I hope that mods like this inspire Bethesda to do this in the game in final patches. But you're going to be spending way more time outside in space or in space stations. And the Ecliptic Mercenary standalone armor replacer is one of my favorite mods. Now, the Ecliptic armor is really cool in itself, but the Ecliptic Mercenary gives you a more form-fitted sci-fi outfit that has sleek parts, bulky, cool robotic pieces, and this incredible, sinister Bounty Hunter Star Wars Return of the Jedi helmet with yellow lights that looks really cool. It's kind of a bulky, huge helmet, but it looks really great when you're in third person fighting. This is a really cool outfit, and it'll actually replace the standard Spacers or Ecliptic armor, so you can see this, or you can take this and wear it for your character in the game. And looks like it's made up of multiple different materials and fits to your male or female character much better than the bulky, puffy spacesuits that are standard in Starfield. I'd also recommend downloading the Coretech Spacesuit mod, which also goes along with the Ecliptic Mercenary suit. This one will give you access to a more sleek design that comes with a Metal Gear Solid type sneaker suit that also mixes with what we see in Splinter Cell. This has a great helmet that is also much like the Mercenary Replacer one with the yellow lights and looks really sinister, and it comes with this really cool antenna at the top, and it's something you'd think you'd actually see in the game, as it would be there to detect enemies or use for communication back and forth with companions or back to your ship. The texture of the suit, which is form-fitting for male or female characters, looks really great and looks like it's made up of multiple materials, and also has thick padding in and around the shoulders and the wrists and the legs. So it actually looks like it would be fully functional as you go around on planets. And it looks really great. If you want to pair this with a cape, which you can get from other mods like the Mandalorian mod, you can make this suit look like you're either a crazy supervillain or a nice superhero out there. Even when you wear the core spacesuit in settlements, it looks great with the helmet off because it's still sleek and doesn't have that puffy, big, thick look that comes in the standard spacesuits that launched with Starfield without mods.
This next mod is Starvival. The Starvival mod is massive. It adds such a huge level of immersion to the game, especially if you are a survival mode lover. In Starfield, the game is big and requires a lot of traveling, fighting, in and out of your ship, in and out of settlements, of planets, and so on. So doesn't it make sense that traveling comes down to basic needs like eating, sleeping, drinking, treating wounds with specific items depending on what your debilitation is, and so on and so forth. Now, this level of survival isn't for everyone, but I can tell you right now, it is extremely user-friendly and works so well and seamlessly into the world of Starfield. It's not just about adding eating, sleeping, and drinking, it also adds a level of immersion, especially whenever you combine it with difficulty sliders that come into the base game with the latest update from Starfield that allows you to customize the input and output damage, meaning that you'll deal a bunch of damage and you also take a lot of damage, effectively making Starfield feel much more like a shooter like Call of Duty instead of a spongy RPG. It comes with a needs tracker device that you can always activate it in your inventory that will allow you to check up on your needs and stay on top of everything that your captain requires to stay healthy. So if you love survival, this mod is for you. Don't you forget it.
Not for the faint of heart. The Mech Enemies mod is an incredible addition to the game and something that should be in the final version. This is something Bethesda should take note. This gives you access to hulking mechs that start at level 50. So even if you bring in a level 60 or 80 character, these mechs will be slightly above your level and they launch out a barrage of grenades. They look great. Of course, in one of these clips, I have the AT-AT mod, which I removed because it's not immersive, but the mech mod is supposed to be in the game. They have defunct mechs in the game that you never see walking around, but these models look like they should have been there from the start. And taking them down is really super satisfying, and watching their bodies flop. The mechs are adorned with big metal legs, arms, and look like mechs much like we saw in Mass Effect 3. And they don't have any weak points, but shooting them over and over, you have to use your jetpack and keep running back away from them because they're able to throw these grenades out quite a ways. And some of the footage where I was fighting them was a really cool experience that I felt like should be in the game. The Mech Enemies mod is a must-have if you want a little more action and personality in your game. And I hope it's yet another mod that Bethesda wants to bring into the game themselves. Now, this next mod is not available on Xbox, and it really should be there, and I've been waiting for it to finally make its way over. The mods that are on PC that are available now are slowly making their way over with updates every week, and this one is the Starfield Enhanced Milky Way. What this does is brings you a full color Milky Way overlay to put in the sky, whether you're in space or on planets where you can see through their atmosphere. You'll get some incredible vistas if you're playing on PC. I fully expect this one to come to Xbox very soon, as it is just an image layover that is blended in to what we get in space, which is just, when you're out flying around, it's just a mid-blue or cool blue sky. This gives you so much more depth. Most games do this, and I think Starfield chose as an artistic expression to make their space look different from most other sci-fi games. But the Milky Way Enhanced mod is so important. And as I land on moons and walk around at night and look up at the Milky Way sky, it gives you that huge sense of expanse and a daunting look of how far you can actually travel in this game. And it makes the world feel so much more colorful, so much more vibrant, and it's a must-have mod. If you're playing on PC, go grab Enhanced Milky Way right now. And if you're on Xbox, I'm sure it'll be there. Keep checking for the updates.
This next mod is actually an add-on for the Starvival mod. It adds the need for fuel and GravDrive fuel and ship maintenance. Again, this might sound tedious, but it is incredibly user-friendly, and it's as simple as taking fuel, walking over and sticking it into your cargo hold, and then walking back to your cockpit and hitting the refuel button. This mod also locks out the ability to fast travel no matter what planet you're on to another planet without even being in your ship. One of the things that broke my immersion with Starfield was the ability to just teleport everywhere no matter where you are. With this mod, it allows you to really embrace space travel as a whole. You will need to be physically in the seat of your ship, taking off and in space to travel from point to point, making space travel feel dangerous and meaningful. You will have to plan out your routes, whatever. Accordingly, depending on your fuel, how much food do you have based on the last mod, of course, if you're using that one that I mentioned before, and if you can make it to your destination safely. Space travel actually feels like traveling now instead of just teleporting everywhere. And what happens if you get stranded in space, you ask? Well, that can happen. You will be giving a captain's radio device that will allow you to call in emergency fuel. Emergency ships will show up after about a minute to give you emergency supplies at the cost of some credits. Remember to install this mod after installing the Starvival base mod. I absolutely am in love with this mod, and it's a huge game changer for all you immersion freaks out there. So get freaky with this mod.
The next mod that you have to get is Starshards. And any of you that are big fans of the Elder Scrolls series know all about the Sky Shards. You'll find these on planets as you just explore around, and you'll see a beam of light shooting up. Going over there and grabbing up to 3 of these will net you 1 skill point. And if you've played a lot of Starfield, and I've played 300 or 400 hours of it, you know how long it can take to level up unless you're doing main quests or you're exploring a ton of planets. Finding the Starshards will give you a chance to upgrade those different skills by giving you some more reason to go out and explore in the world. And there are cool points of interest as you land on different planets or moons, but the Starshards add a little bit of extra, I need to go over there. It's a great mod to have. Another mod is the auto-solve temple puzzles. I am so irritated with going into the same temples, flying through the same 6 glitter bombs, and getting the puzzle to open up. And this is one of those things that just completely alleviates that. After you've done this for a few times and tried to get these puzzles to open up, you can get pretty sick of it. What this does is allow you to go into the temple. It immediately spins up and you unlock the power and you see the animation and the little cutscene. This is so good for veterans of Starfield who have hundreds of hours, who have unlocked dozens of different versions of the Starborn powers. This is a great mod to have, and it doesn't really interrupt or affect the game at all. It just makes a nice quality of life. And I think Bethesda needs to listen and do something better about the feedback and how you solve these puzzles. The auto-solve temple puzzles is a great mod for this.
This next mod is a huge upgrade to the bounty hunter system. If you're like me and you roleplay exclusively as a bounty hunter, this mod is made specifically and exclusively for you. The Trackers Alliance mod adds a new faction to join, and it unlocks the ability to use your scanner to track down bounties that are simply walking around in major settlements. The thing I love the most about this mod is that it doesn't just require you to accept a mission, fly to the planet, take down your target, and just be done with it. You actually might just be passing through a city, stocking up on ammo, supplies, and you turn your scanner on just to notice in the distance an NPC marked red with a bounty for whatever crime indicated on the scanner. You will need to walk up to them and either convince them through persuasion to come with you, or you'll have to take them down one way or the other. The bounty hunting in the game has had so much love shown to it, and this mod adds so much more, along with the Factions Guild and Aquila City inside a brand new bounty hunter terminal. Take on higher value targets and quest-driven targets with full-on voice acting, new locations, and more. A lot more. You Mandalorian fans out there, this is the one. This is the mod. This is the way. This next one is called Improved Sublite Engine Boost. Now this one I really think you have to love immersion to love this one, okay? In this mod it allows you to boost for way longer, and the longer that you boost, the more your speed increases, as you can see here in the clip. Essentially what this mod allows you to do is travel within the system manually to each moon or planet, just like in No Man's Sky. And just like in No Man's Sky, it will take a minute or two to actually get to the destination that you are aiming at. You will be traveling incredibly fast, and so if you are into this level immersion, just set your ship on course, put your controller down, and come back in a few minutes. Short and sweet, but not so simple. Well, kind of simple, but yeah, immersion, baby.
When you're out in space, there's nothing better than having a really cool customized ship. And those of you who spent hours upon hours trying to build something amazing, only to be told it must be bulkier and chunky and it's not ready for flight. This new mod, the Avontech Shipyards, gives you access to over 50 or 60 different aesthetic pieces you can put on your ship. This will give you a chance to make cool looking wings or different adornments to make your ship look more sinister or look more aggressive out in space. And one of the things I did was created an X-Wing type ship with the Avontech structural additions. And this stuff looks and works great, and all it does is add weight to your ship. This is a really good mod if you want to make your ship feel more like your own and really have more access to different things to make the ship look cooler. The wings and the different lighted parts, especially the blue lights on the edge of the wings, really make the ship look super cool when you're out in dark space, or seeing those animations as you land down on really cool places or land on moons in the dark. This is a great mod. Avontech Shipyards is a must-have. Starfield's setup for creations and a community of modders really make this game so much more immersive and enjoyable, injecting that bit of extra personality that the game needs as Bethesda continues to update and create a bigger world and galaxy for the game. There are big changes coming with the Shattered Space DLC that is coming in September of 2024, and modders and community members will continue to make great additions to the game like this, and I can't wait to see what they do next. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I'm so excited about these mods, and it's really extended my playtime of how much time I'm going to spend playing Starfield. And Red, you brought some really cool things because all I showed was a bunch of great outfits.
Well, those outfits were fantastic. I loved the bounty hunter outfits with the handcuffs in the back, and then also the cyberpunk looking outfit with the glowing collar and all that. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with outfits. That's one thing that Bethesda Game Studios, they have a big variety of stuff, but I'm always surprised to see how people combine the assets of Starfield in game and then use it to create their own stuff.
Yeah, but you did something. You brought some really hardcore features that I think are still lore friendly. They're super immersive. Like that Starvival thing, like, is that going to be too daunting for people to try out for themselves?
I think that at first glance, yeah, it looks really daunting, but I can tell you right now, it took me 10, 15 minutes to get into, and it's very user friendly. As far as the ship fuel system, it's just as simple as taking fuel, putting it into your cargo hold, and pressing a button, and that's pretty much it. And you just had to manage that. So if you like systems and you like the sim aspect of that, then it's totally user friendly and entry level friendly for sure.
And it just works.
It just works.
And I think some of those things, some of the mods really have interjected like some more personality into the game that Bethesda hasn't quite got there. But they're bringing in rovers at the end of the year with the new expansion, and they're bringing stuff to kind of make the game just grow right along with the modders.
Yeah, exactly. And that is one thing. Your mod was awesome because it definitely adds a level of variety to shipbuilding. A lot of the base game stuff that we have right now with shipbuilding is just sort of put a square here, put a square there, and an accent here and an accent there.
I got to ask you really quick, which one of your spacesuits was your favorite across all these mods?
Yeah, out of all those outfits, I still think that I'm so in love with the Nomad outfit that I showed because it reminds me of something that used to be high tech that your character over time sort of threw some rags on. It just looks very custom built. Obviously it's a mod, but it's still my favorite. I love it. I love it so much. It has a very sleek look to it. That's one thing that Bethesda games haven't really done very well in Starfield so far, in my opinion. I know that they're going for the NASA punk look, so everything's very bulky and tubey. Yeah, you're very bulky and tubey.
Down.
Exactly.
But the Nomad suit, right. The Nomad suit is really like a Starfield meets Dune suit, which I think people are gonna really want to latch onto that and add that mod. And all these mods are super simple. Everything we showed outside of, well, most of the things were all in creation. They're all there, easy to add. And because people are going to say, I'm going to add all these mods, am I going to break my game?
Yeah, and these mods are really, really easy to install, and they're not massive. They work really, really well together, and everything sort of just flows together seamlessly. So there's no crashing and whatnot. But all the mods that are coming from PC to console are working. They're working so well together. So the future of modding is looking really bright, and it's great because people who usually are on PC, the console players can finally get excited about modding now, and it's just at the touch of a button, man. It's so awesome. It's so awesome, and it's addicting. You spend more time modding Starfield than actually playing it.
So to get your expertise, because I did like, hey, look, I can look really cool and I can look really sexy as I walk around Aquila. You brought some really cool mods. I think if everybody grabs most of these on the list, they'll have a lot to play until Shattered Space.
So all the mods that I listed today are all about that. Just sort of breathe some new life and a new aesthetic into Starfield.
No Thomas the Tank Engine mods on our list or Randy Macho Man Savage.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, we really appreciate it. Hey, if you want to subscribe to my channel or Red Wolf's channel, they're both in the description. Thank you for all your support. Red, thanks for being here. I'm so excited. We're going to keep adding mods after this week, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, absolutely. We're never going to stop. Never going to stop, Todd.
Also, if you want to further support the Colteastwood channel, you can do that by subscribing or hitting the join button below or joining the Patreon. Both of those will get you early access for videos, some 10 to 12 hours before they go up public. And you can also check out the Excellency podcast that runs every Monday night, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And there, Middle-Aged Game Guy and I will talk about the news, and we'll get guests on to talk about what's going on in the industry and discuss what's going on with tech, hardware, the future, and leaks and rumors. Thank you for checking out this video, and let me know what you think in the comment section. What was your favorite and most impressive mod? I want to see it in the comment section, and while you're there, as I always say, be nice.